How's it going, everybody? This is Todd, aka Redneck Champ, and today I have a nice little topic I want to talk about. Something that's it's been something that honestly I've had with me for probably the last 4 or 5 years, and I've always said it. I've always had it as a I guess you could say an unsung motto. That's a good way to put it. And that's this whole idea of the politically correct names for our races here in America. I think it's about the dumbest thing that ever was. And let me explain why. Now, supposedly, according to history, the reason that we developed the African American, Asian American, Canadian American, Mexican American, Spanish American, whatever it is, Hispanic American, was to be able to actually divide out our races in America. And it was meant to be a form of, I guess, being able to do better censuses every year, or every 10 years, and to basically be able to spread out different programs and organizations. Like many scholarships are just for African Americans, just for Hispanics, etc. But nowadays, that's really unnecessary. I've always said that. Reffy May was one I kind of got this rolling in my head many years ago. Been about 5 years ago, at least. And it's funny that a comedian would get this going inside your head, but when he said what he did about it, it made perfect sense. Why do we need African American? Why do we need Caucasian American or Asian American or Mexican American? Whatever it may be. Why do we need that? Why? It does not make any sense now. Majority of the people who live in America nowadays are actually Americans. They have their green cards if they've been an immigrant here, or they were born here and they're Americans. Why do we have to call them African Americans? It's like with African American, that whole term, I would guarantee you that if you go up to the 90% of our black racial American people, 90% of them would never have even been to Africa, know what Africa even looks like other than on a map, and probably do not even have any relatives there at all, unless they just moved back there or something. So what I'm trying to say is that they're Americans. I'm an American. You're an American if you're watching this in America. As long as you are a legal citizen with a social security card and a number, etc., you are an American. What's the point of all this other stuff? I was listening to a radio show yesterday morning. Many of you might know what it is, The Big Show with John Boy and Billy. I was listening to it yesterday morning on the way to school, and it was an interesting topic what's his name? I don't remember his name now, but anyways, he took over Paul Harvey's job with the rest of the story. But he had brought that up, like, what's the point in it anymore? It was meant to be a political thing that was used to divide out the races and stuff, but it really doesn't matter to me. I'm not a racist at all. I don't discriminate against anybody. I'm just as good as you. You're just as good as me. I might be better in some areas than you are, but then you're going to be better in some areas than I am. It's just, we're equal in everything. We really are. So I see no reason in having these different demographics, you might call them. I don't believe in that junk, and I don't think it's something that we need to keep on having in America. People want to say, well, Obama, he's half black, half white. Okay, I can understand that statement. But the whole African American and all this stuff, I don't see any point in that. I'm fine with someone calling me white. I don't see the big deal with calling someone black. You know, the thing is that I can kind of see how this would be a little bit tricky is, like, I have a really good friend in school with me who, if I'm not mistaken, so I could be completely wrong, if he was just so happened to watch this video, and I'm kind of doubting it, be sure to comment down there, bub. But basically, he is Korean origin. You know, his family was from Korea, but he was born in America, so he's an American. He has no idea about any of the language in Korea. He has no idea what it looks like over there. So to me, he is an American. How would you distinguish him out? Well, the only way I know to do that would be Asian. But then you see when you say Asian, you're so broad-scaling it, because you don't necessarily. You'd have to say that Russians are Asian, and you don't think of Russians, you know, having the look. I guess I could say it that way, without it being horrible. Russians, in most ways, look just like us, like normal white people. So that's the big question. How would you? But that's something that needs to be thought about. We seriously need to think about getting back to this idea that we are Americans. We're not African Americans. We're not Caucasian Americans. We're not Asian Americans. We are Americans. And I think we focus more on that, and at the same time focus more on the person running for the office and choice, instead of, oh, well, he's a Republican or he's a Democrat. He'd be so much better off as well. You know, I think that was probably the worst mistake that our forefathers made, was when they actually placed in there these parties, the Jeffersonians and the Whigs and all this different stuff, and that transferred into the Republicans and Democrats and all these other parties. Truly, I feel was the dumbest thing that ever happened. We had a great group of leaders before us, and I feel like they just completely destroyed the whole entire aspect of things. They destroyed it all with this party idea. So, I guess in the end, what it comes down to, guys, as I'm trying to say, is that we need to completely dissolve these discriminative different things. Because to me, as long as you have these titles like that, you're seriously just dragging out any types of discriminative ideas or racial conceptions that people might have every day. You're just going to keep on dragging it out every day. We need to get rid of that stuff. We really do. We need to get rid of that stuff. You know, it's something other that I've always thought about personally, is that, you know, the very few black people who are arguing and stuff about, you know, well, there's slavery, we still deserve more. Okay, there's a few people still doing that today. And this is what I say to those people. How was slavery for you? Did it harm you? Oh, you weren't born then? Oh, okay. The point I'm trying to say is that slavery was a long time ago. It was extremely wrong. We all know it. We all know that no one deserves to own another human being. But the thing is that no one alive today was actually involved in slavery. You know, we had a nation that was split during the Civil War, who were fighting. One half was to fight to release and to abolish slavery. The others was to keep it. Well, guess who won? The ones who wanted to abolish slavery. Brothers, fathers, even sisters and mothers, in some senses, died to abolish slavery. And to me, that is something other beyond words, beyond things. Abraham Lincoln basically gave his life because of his agenda while he was president, which was to abolish slavery, among the many, many other things. So, you know, this day and time, I'm sure there's some people out there who are still super, super racist. But we need to drop this act. The very few who's left who says that kind of things, we need to drop this act of, you know, well, we got to be better. We got to rise up above all the whites. You know, we need to get up past that, because that's not something we should be thinking about. We should be thinking about a nation together, trying to work together to get rid of poverty and hunger within our own nation, as long as the individual is willing to do something to help the matter. If you're homeless and you don't want to get any better, it doesn't matter how much the government helps you. You're not going to get a home. If you're in poverty and you just don't want to work and get a job because you're too sorry or lazy, then guess what? The government's not going to be able to help you any whatsoever, because you're still not going to be willing to work. So, you know, all this stuff we need to be working on, though, is get rid of these political ties, of these parties and things, get rid of the demographics that's out there, focus on coming together like we did on 9/11, when we all come together as one great, wonderful nation that we are. Come together from here on out, pushing forward in the future, trying to be better people, trying to be a better nation, trying to achieve better goals each and every day. If we do that, we're going to be better off. We're going to be able to achieve so much more. And you know, in the end, what's really going to happen, we're going to be able to touch more lives. Right now, we got ourselves spread so thin with the war, with trying to save children in Africa and trying to save children in South America. It's just ridiculous, okay? We got people right here that needs help. You need to start here, help those here, and then as we got time, we can start spreading out to other places. But we really need to be making a difference. We really need to be pushing forward and getting rid of all this stuff. But yeah, that's my biggest rant. You know, this is a country that's supposed to be a melting pot. It's supposed to be a melting pot where all these different races and you know, cultural backgrounds and ethnicities, all these things are just melded together in one big pot. But honestly, because of this crap like this, because of having these titles and these demographics, basically what you're doing is you're removing us from that idea of being a melting pot, and you're making us what they call a tossed salad. So with the salad, you know, you can see very easily the lettuce, the carrots, the tomatoes, the cucumbers, whatever it may be. You can see all that stuff very plainly. And that's what we are. We're all in this one nation together. We're all right here together fighting wars and going through political struggles. But yet you can see each and every one of us differently. Each and every one of us can be picked out because of our different races and stuff. And because of the titles we place above our own heads. If we get away from this area and we strive more towards being a unified nation, we can get back to that melting pot idea. And we can be stronger each and every day because of that. Each and every day. You can't separate something other that's melded together, that is so homogeneous that you can never even find anything inside of it. But when you're separated in all these different ways and all these little small boundaries are made, cracks can be formed very easily, and we can break away and not be as strong as we could be. But anyways, thanks a lot. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I hope that slap police back there just kind of got me threw off. I don't know what this doing. There's 3 or 4 cops sitting there unloading a scale. I thought we were going to weigh trucks today. But yeah, so hope you're having a wonderful day, though. Take what I've said and think about it. You know, obviously, I don't want you to take what I say and make it, you know, absolute 100% how you feel, unless you absolutely have thought about it, have went through it, and have discovered what really is within your own soul and what you really want in life. But either way, as you think about it, leave me some comments below. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you agree or disagree. That's fine, guys. Absolutely fine if you disagree with me. If you think that we should be this tossed salad for the rest of the world, then whatever. That's fine. Tell me below in the comments. That's what they're there for. They're there for that reason. I'm not someone who's going to disable comments just because I'm afraid to get my feelings hurt. You're not going to hurt my feelings, guys. The comments on your accent matches your IQ, that doesn't really affect me, man. Promise it doesn't. So, leave your comments, guys. Tell me how you feel about things. Your whole, give me your spiel. There you go. Give me your spiel on it. But anyways, guys, this is Todd, a.k.a. Redneck Chimp, signing off. Have a good day.